Good morning, ma'am.
What about others? Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, what was the discussion yesterday? The discussion about yesterday class? What was the title at least? You can mention that. On what topic we were discussing? What was the topic we were discussing on? Yes, students. What was the discussion which was on?
Characteristics of motor.
Yes, characteristics of motor. Then the whole parameters is talking about what? It is talking about on what? About what it is talking? It is talking about what? What are the factors which are affecting affecting what? Masonry strength, which are affecting masonry strength, isn't it? We were talking about the factors. Keep in mind, students, we were talking about the factors which are affecting the masonry strength. What was the first factor? Everybody in the class, what is the first factor? What is the first factor? You can see the board and tell.
Strength of
Masonry unit.
Strength of masonry unit. What is the second factor?
height of
Height of masonry unit. Then what is the third factor?
Solidity of hollowness of masonry.
Yes. Then fifth is
Moisture
absorption. Then come to the mortar strength. Why mortar is required, students? Can you tell me a word? Why mortar is required in masonry? Why mortar is required in masonry? Yes, to bind the blocks, or we call it as stitch the blocks or to bind the blocks. Okay. The compressive strength of masonry is usually not very sensitive to the strength of mortar. How do you understand? Masonry means it's a wall. The wall is not that much influenced. Not very sensitive means it is not influenced. It is not influenced. Whatever type of mortar you take, whatever the strength would be. The strength of brick or masonry unit has a greater influence on masonry strength, not on the strength of mortar. It is inversely proportional to the strength of mortar, but it is having the strength of masonry unit is having a direct influence on the masonry strength. Okay. The the masonry strength, sorry, I forgot. The masonry strength formula suggested by Henry. Who is Henry, students? Henry is the father of masonry. He is the father of masonry. He is the one who evolved with this system of construction using masonry and calculating the strength and how it is affecting. Incident that masonry strength is proportional to FM. What is FM? Mortar strength. But he is the one person who's telling that, bringing out that masonry strength is directly proportional to FM. But we say that it is not inverse, directly taking the strength of mortar. So thus a large increase in FM will lead to a small increase in masonry strength. Masonry means what, students? It's a wall construction. Whatever the mortar you understand? You understand a mortar? What are the composition of mortar, students? Mortar composition?
cement, fine aggregate and water.
Yes, cement, fine aggregate and water. Or in a better way, binder. We call it as a binder. Binder fine aggregate and water could be the better constituents of a mortar. A wall, you can see a wall in front of you, which is a very huge element of structure, has the strength has minimum influence on the wall strength or masonry strength. According to BIS, what is BIS, students? Can anybody say what is BIS? BIS. What is BIS?
Building Information Science.
Yes, building information science is correct. Control provision, it says that mortar strength should be adequate to 3 MPa. 3 MPa. MPa should be M, capital M, P, capital P and small a. The strength of mortar, however, is more important when good base strength between brick and mortar is desired. That means ultimately we are telling strength of mortar is equally important. You cannot have a poor type of concrete, but we usually say that earlier also we said in the last module that a rich or a Young's modulus of brick E should be greater than Young's modulus of mortar, or in another way we said that the brick should be having a greater strength when compared to mortar. Why so, students? Why so? So that it allows the movement to set into the place. That is the reason behind why we prefer, but it is preferred that it should be having 3 MPa. It is having 3 MPa, that is a minimum requirement. So that is one of the parameters, strength of mortar. Now coming to the next, plasticity and flow characteristic of mortar. Can you tell me, students, on what basis do you measure plasticity and flow characteristics? We have discussed in one of the class. What is the test performed for this? What is the test performed? To determine the flow test. I gave that answer. It's called as a flow test. Flow test. You remember I presented a video where a person is taking the mortar and putting on a table, a small table, and giving jack of 25 blows. Do you remember? So how to determine the characteristics of a mortar? It is only based on the flow test. Flow test, which is being done on a table, small table, flow table, which is available in the laboratory. On that we demonstrate. This is an important property. Yes, very much important property to know what is the behavior or properties of characteristics of mortar. When mortar is poured over a already placed brick, it should be possible to spread on its own. It is not like you have to put lot of energy to move the mortar. No, it has to be such that it has to be spread on its own. When a brick is placed above the fresh mortar, it should flow readily and wet the entire surface. That should be the basic property, isn't it? For example, this is a brick, and on this brick I place some mortar. The mortar should not be rigid. The mortar should not be rigid. It should be flexible. How it has to play? When I pour the mortar, it should just easily flow. It should easily flow through the surface. It should easily flow through the surface. Should not adhere at one point. And when I place the brick on this mortar, it should have an equal distribution of mortar entire the surface of the above brick. So that should be the property, the basic property of a mortar. Okay. So plasticity and flow is the plasticity and flow, you can say, or you can just put it as across as one word as flow. Flow characteristics of mortar, which is determined by flow test, and which is very important property of mortar to be determined. So it has been told that when you put it on a surface, it should be evenly spread. And when you place a brick on a fresh mortar, it should be entirely spread. That is a purpose, or that is a workability, or yes, workability of a mortar. Next is thickness of mortar. Suppose at your house now you are all free. You have 10 bricks at home. Okay, by chance, some 10 bricks are available at home with you. Okay, and some amount of cement will be there here and there, or with your neighbor, or anywhere in the neighborhood. Okay, you can pick some amount of cement. Okay, students, today you do this work at home. Okay, cement, then you have pick some fine aggregates, that is sand or M sand, fine aggregate, then you mix it such a way that you may mix it on trial and error basis, because you don't have components or accessories available. Otherwise, cement to water ratio, we take it as 0.4. Okay, but it is not that on trial and error basis. You take a pan or take some good plate, on that you try to mix. You mix such a way that it should have a good flow. It should have a good flow throughout. There should not be any segregation taking place. Correct now, students? Yes or no? Are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I don't hear anybody else except 2 or 3 voice. That must be Aditya, or it is Kishore, or Balchandar, or few. Huh? What about others? Huh? Only they are there in the class. Huh?
Understood, ma'am.
Understood. After me putting so much of energy, you are telling, what about others? You should be quick. Nothing will happen to speak out in class. Nothing will happen. What will happen? Nothing. Instead, I'll feel happy. Okay, students are following. If you don't answer, I'll understand that you are not following at all. And it is some theory subject where, and it is practically oriented. You would have come across many a times, maybe at your own place. So it is nothing like that difficult as you find other problematic subjects. Okay. Now I'll continue. What should be the thickness of mortar? Now at your home, you place rows of bricks. Okay. You have bricks, some 3 bricks you think. Now you have to bind together. So let me 1, 2, 3. Now in between you have to pour the mortar. Yes or no? You have to pour the mortar. Of what amount of mortar you will be pouring or taking to bind brick 1 and brick 2? Huh? Brick 1 and brick 2. In what quantity will you pour? Huh? We don't know. Actually, we don't know. But as a civil engineer, you should learn all this. Okay. We say approximately 1.5 or 15 mm to 20 mm. 20 mm should be the thickness of the mortar. Even though even this is high, but we limit to 12 mm, students. In practically at our laboratory work, we limit to 12 mm. But sometimes it goes with 15 to 20 mm. For this, recommendable size of the sand should be not more than 3 mm, which is not desirable, because 3 mm, more than 3 mm size of sand, what happens? It becomes very coarse. Mortar becomes very coarse. So to avoid that, we have to choose for a size lesser than 3 mm. So what should be the sieve size, students, to have a lesser than 3 mm sand aggregate? What is the sieve size? What is the sieve size? Sieve size to have a lesser than. Tell me. I should have a sand size of less than 3 mm. So what should be the sieve size? Sieve size.
2.36 mm. 2.36 mm.
Yes, 2.36 mm. Correct. Your answer is correct. So we should use a sand which is passing through 2.36 mm. Correct. So that is a thickness we usually maintain between 15 to 20 mm, and it should be having a sand desirable less than 3 mm. Next parameter after checking the mortar thickness, we'll move on to the type of masonry bonding. So your answers are very neatly you are written in the answers what I validated yesterday. Very neatly, there is no confusion for me, and so neatly you have written. I appreciate your preparedness towards the subject. Good, appreciate your learning towards the subject, and keep doing well like this. Okay. And I see very good answers written, very neatly written, no strike, nothing. Very good English, really good. Okay. Now, next, types of masonry bonding. So, as we all know, what are the two types? The commonly used is English bond and Flemish bond. But stack bond is used only for your experimental purpose. For experimental purpose, but regularly, which type of bonding we use? Which type of bonding do we use?
English bond.
English bond. English bond, what is the pattern?
One row full header and one row full stretcher.
One row full header and one row full stretcher. What is Flemish bond?
Header stretcher, header stretcher.
Header structure pattern.
Header stretcher and header stretcher. Okay, good. Which one do you see in practical? Flemish bond or English bond now?
English.
Flemish. We look very much. We look Flemish bond. No problem. You can also go for English bond. Depends on the skill labor who does that. He says Flemish bond is fine or English bond is also fine. Depends on your decision. Okay, both are good. And usually we say in case of concrete blocks or concrete stabilized blocks or hollow clay blocks, it is common to use stretcher bond and header bond. So it is more or less, it is commonly used either type. And stack bond walls are generally stronger than English bonded walls. So stack bond walls is what is stack bond, students? We place one above the other. We just like it's a prism. It's a prism. Stack bond is nothing but yielding out one prism specimen one above the other. So this is what we do it for experimentally. In recent times, different types of bonding, also known as rack trap bonding, is becoming popular for architects. Today's students, I'll tell you, these architecture students know, I mean architecture people, they are encroaching into civil field. They are only meant to design the interiors. Instead, what they do is they take up the design part also. Design part of columns, beams, slabs, etc. They take up, encroach everything, and they say finally we'll do. The architecture will do the building design. It is not at all so. After we can do the designing part, then only the architecture is welcome to do the interior design. Or he is only just asked to do the interior, but they encroach. And people, those who are not aware of what civil engineer does and what an architecture does, that they're two different people, and they just pay money to architecture, and because he is the one who is finally putting a polish. Okay, so this is what it is going on commercially. I'm talking about. I'm not blaming anybody. Commercially, the system is like this. Okay, so I was telling you also, students, about your internship. There are many people like telling you will pay, you come for internship. I'm telling you openly, like if you are ready, you can go with that. I don't at all stop for that. But I also tell you, I make you understand or bring you awareness that there are some institutes like Indian Institute of Science, IITs. You open the website, you check the mails of, you open the civil engineering department, you find the names of number of professors in the department of civil engineering. You pick one, you open the profile of that professor, you read that profile. If you are interested in their profile to do work, you write a mail, simply write a mail. Sir, I'm so and so, I would like to take internship with you. Please welcome me, or requesting that I want to do internship with you. It can be a work associated with you. That's all. Whether it is a corona or offline or online, don't worry. You put a request to every professor. Did you all follow? Don't get scared. You or IITs or IAC or you. I should not put a no. You go check on the website. Go to the civil department, and you find number of names, number of professors' name. You are getting what I'm telling, students. You are getting or not?
Yes, ma'am, getting ma'am.
Yes, you should all do this. You should all learn and go like this. Okay, and write a mail request, put a very polite mail. Sir, I'm doing this and this, my aggregate is this, my percentage is this, I'm looking for an internship. Please take me as a assistant with you for doing any project at your level, or anything like that you can put across. Okay, students, that would be a wonderful thing what you'll be doing. Even very CV Raman Institute student in Bangalore. Huh? CV Raman Institute in Bangalore. Okay, IISc in Bangalore?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh? Where is IISc? Where it is?
Malleshwaram?
Aman Road.
Yes. And you know this, what do you say? Sadashi Nagar Circle?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh? You take a right there. From Maker Circle, sorry, you come to Maker Circle. Maker Circle from, you are traveling from the college to Maker Circle. Take flyover, take a right turn. What do you find on the left side? Stone building. Next to that showroom is there, no? One two-wheeler showroom. You find a big campus. That is CV Raman Institute. Students, you should all know this. Students, CV Raman Institute, it is in Bangalore and it is in close vicinity with us, and we people don't know about it, and some people are coming from far end and taking our degree from there, which you are not getting. And open the website there. They call for internship as summer internship and winter internship. You please understand, it is very, students, we are at very low level. This syllabus, this teaching, it's very low. They are at very high end. I'm not at all denying the system or blaming anybody, but the system is like this. We have to improve on that. It is only possible by the students. So I asked you yesterday to check websites. DRDO also they call, you will not be knowing it. DRDO, HISRO, they people will call. And you please talk to your siblings, elder siblings. You talk to your father, you talk to your uncles, they'll all get the connections. You get a certificate for an internship that will add on to your resume. That is very important. See, today, students, today, when I sit for interview selecting the faculty, I'll not look into their degree award. I'll check whether he's first class or not. That's all. I'll check first the communication. Okay. Next, apart from this, what you have done, I'll ask. Directly, I'll ask. He or she will go on the stage and start presenting. I said, I don't want any presentation. Presentation you can do, but I want to know what you have done apart from your degree. That is what we want everyone to do. Degree, about getting a degree is easy going. Now it's a time for you to yield, to gain something else apart from this. The subject learning and all, very smart, how to clear, in and out of it. Okay, but you have to gain knowledge. You have professional bodies, ICI, IEE. You have many things, but you have to explore things and learn, students. That is all my request is. Don't go with empty minds. Ayo, I got a degree. Everyone will get a degree. But how to compete with others when you have better than the other one? Okay, students. Okay, I'll continue. So, so we have different types of bonding, and it is pointed out that often a rich mortar is recommended for this type of bonding, and it is arguments of economical partiality will take place. Or what time I should end? 40 minutes I will be taking the class, students. What time? You please tell me when it is 40 minutes. I'll stop there. Okay. So this is type of bonding, which is what you see in case of masonry. Coming to the modular ratio. So what is modular ratio? To understand, it's a ratio of, what is modular ratio? It is the ratio of Young's modulus, EM, Young's modulus of masonry to the Young's modulus of mortar. The ratio of modulus or masonry unit. The moduli of masonry unit and mortar has an influence nature on the type of structure in the masonry. It is having a very good or major influence on the, because you find the ratio is acting a really a problem causing issue for the masonry strength. It is preferable if the masonry brick and mortar moduli is close to as close as possible. If I say this as a value of 0.86 and even this Young's modulus of mortar to be as 0.86, which is equal to 1. That is what been told here, as close as possible. It should be very close, but doesn't happen so. How it can happen? It's a mortar and a unit. Unit strength, unit masonry will be, modulus will be very high. It can be even 0.9 by 0.8. It will be somewhere like this. You can see the experimental value. There's a secondary problem when modulus is very high. If mortar vertical stresses tends to get concentrated in perpendicular joints, this can lead to concentrated load on the brick below, causing it to undergo splitting. What happens when you have a mortar Young's modulus? If I say this mortar Young's modulus, I'll put this on vice versa, 0.86 and 0.9. If I take this type of mortars and Young's modulus and start constructing, your joints, the joints in the masonry will start developing cracks. These cracks in the mortar will percolate in the entire masonry, which will split into parts. So finally you find the failure taking place. That is all the modular ratio. So before constructing any wall, we have to design. A suitable engineer is been recommended to design for the modular ratio and tell you what should be the recommendation. And coming to the type of direction. What is this type of direction, students? And there are two types of directions I can tell you. Now I'll draw a vallet. Vallet, you understand? Vallet is a small size wall which is having number of cores. Okay, number of cores, number of joints. Okay, students, number of joints. Now this is a miniature of a wall. This is a miniature of the wall. Today our MTech student, my project student Sai Krishna, he has constructed this type of specimen for MTech project work, and we'll be testing this in our laboratory soon after this lockdown. And now using a loading frame, what we have the loading frame in our college campus, I'll be loading this. Okay, the vallet, W-A-L-L-E-T-T, vallet. Okay, this is vallet. We'll be loading. So this loading is perpendicular to the course. Perpendicular to the course. Do you agree? I'm just applying a what type of load? Compressive load. It is perpendicular to the bed joint. We call it as a bed joint. Do you understand? This is a bed joint or a course joint. Do you understand, students? Now, if the same load, if I remove and start applying in this direction, horizontal direction, what could be the, whether it will be perpendicular or what to the bed joint, students? Whether it will be perpendicular or what? Yes, students, what it will be? You're there in class.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what will be if I'm loading horizontally? If I'm loading vertically, but vertically if I'm loading, it is perpendicular to the bed joints. Now if I'm loading horizontally, what it will be?
Parallel.
Very good. It will be parallel to the bed joints. So there will be a lot of variation in the loading pattern. This is a lateral load, earthquake load. We say it as earthquake load. We call it for a earthquake load. And this is, we call it as a compressive load. And we are testing for this condition. Yes. Dhanush? Okay, so it is generally observed that strength and elasticity in the direction parallel to the joint are higher. So you find that when the loading is taking place in the parallel direction of bed joint, there's a higher in the strength. This is due to reduction in the number of joints in this direction. Number of joints will be reduced. Yes or no? Do you agree? When I'm loading parallel, the number of joints will reduce. You may find only 5. But when I'm loading in a compressive mode, the number of joints will be more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is the reason why the loading strength will decrease. Okay, did you all follow? What are the different types of parameters you found? Gowning, tell me mass. In a mass, you tell me everybody. In a mass, you tell me everybody. Yes. What are the factors? What's the first factor, students? What is the first factor?
Strength of masonry unit.
Yes. What is the second factor? Whole class has to say this. Whole class, 56 students are there. What's the second one?
Height of masonry
Height
unit.
of the masonry unit.
Masonry unit.
Then what is the next? What is the next?
Stability or hollowness of masonry.
Hollowness of masonry unit.
Three found, only 3. 54 are now 54 voice I cannot hear. Only 3 students I can hear this. Then
Moisture absorption.
Option.
then
absorption.
then
Strength of the motor.
Strength of the
then
shape.
Elasticity and flow characteristics of motor.
Characteristics of motor.
then
Thickness of
Thickness of motor joint.
then types of masonry bonding, then modular ratio, then direction of loading. Okay, now next is effect of brick bond on strength. What could be the possibility or why, what effect it may cause on the strength? Brick bond strength. What is bonding? The bond which is existing between the brick and the brick and what? Brick and mortar, the bond. You have the interface bond. We call it as an interface bond. We call it as an interface. Interface bond. I'll interrupt here. I think a few students have taken up the classes. Those who are not allowed or not, I don't know. Bharat S is there in the class? Okay, let me check later. Fine. So brick bonding is very important. Interface. See, this is research work oriented students. Whenever you take a surface which is being plastered by mortar, okay, okay, what type of bonding does it exist between the surface of brick and between the mortar surface? Ambika, what type of bonding takes place between? Because there are two surfaces which are meeting at a point. That is brick surface. This is brick surface. Okay. And this is mortar surface. The mortar thickness, what is the mortar thickness? What's the mortar thickness, students? Preferred mortar thickness? Preferred mortar thickness?
12 mm.
12 mm.
Yes, 12 mm is the mortar thickness. What type of bonding does it happens? You find number of pores, not by naked eyes. You can see there are number of pores on the surface. This mortar will penetrate into the pores. what it will happen? What type of bonding? What is a byproduct of that hydration taking place? Tell me. CSH and CAH are the products which are developed after hydration of water. This CAH and CSH will penetrate into the pores. Therefore, only it is possible to bond. ನಿಮ್ದು ಯಾವುದೇ ರೋಪ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಏನೇ ಹಗ್ಗ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಏನು ಅದು ಹೆಂಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮುರಿದೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. You have a bond, no, or a rope. If I say it in a layman way, a rope which is being made up of CSH and CAH will tightly bind up with a brick. What is CSH and CAH, students? Calcium silicate hydrate and calcium aluminate hydrate. These are the two byproducts which are responsible to develop the strength within the concrete or within the cementitious material. When this mortar having this hydration products will penetrate into the brick surface, will develop what? Bonding. Will develop a bonding. For example, if I call this as a brick, and if I say this is a stone, which has more penetration, students, by mortar, which has more penetration of hydration products to the mortar, to the stone or to the brick?
The brick.
Or brick, because you find many of pores available on the surface. Okay. For example, your concrete block. I'll take your concrete block only. Your concrete block. Okay. You find number of pores. Yes, number of pores on the surface. Yes or no, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Pores, voids. You find number of voids. You place mortar on this. Immediately there will be a percolation of mortar taking place. Sometimes it may penetrate if these pores are open to the entire length, or else it will stop here. It is creating a bonding. Still, there is a lot of scope of research is there, students, in this, because nobody has studied in depth the study on interface of concrete surface and the mortar surface. The lot of chemistry is there in this scope. If you are planning to do your research, you can really do it. Your internship or whatever you're looking forward. Please take my advice. You think of your IS studies is my advice. If you are looking, really you are interested, you can plan accordingly. Okay, that is what is being told here also. So bond enhancement was attempted using a coat of cement slurry before laying the brick. Use of frocks. Frocks, you understand? On the bricks you find some dents. Dents, like they write it as SJ, LMS or something like that, dents. These dents allow the mortar to settle down within the brick. Coat of epoxy. There are many types of mortars available in market to mix and develop a good type of bonding. That is the reason, students. So moving further, next we go to bond strength of masonry. Instead of reading all this, I'll go to the bond strength of masonry. Students, I'll tell you, always you remember flexure and shear. Flexure and shear. Most of the times I've told you 3 types of failure occurs. Either it can be in flexure or shear or compression. Okay, your most of the interview questions will be only on this. And when you go for an interview, you go for any competitive exams, you prepare your strength of materials, basic subjects very well, students. That is all what we want. We will not ask much of higher subjects. So flexure, for this I'll explain you with this diagram. Okay, this we call it as bond wrench setup. Bond wrench setup. Okay, now what is this whole of? You have a prism. This is a prism. Prism is what? You have the setup one above the other. You have the setup one over the other. I'll stop here. I'll not continue more because I have to take the attendance and leave the class. Okay, I'll continue the next class. Okay, students, it's already 36. I require some 4 minutes time to take the attendance. Okay. Okay, students. Yes
Okay,
or no?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the earlier? I've instructed everybody to take the classes at minimum rate. I hope from yesterday you are finding that. Once you have done with the attendance, you can leave the class. Yes, Kishore, you want to say something?
Please share the timetable, ma'am.
Timetable, huh? Okay, fine. Sure. Kishan Kumar, quickly answer. Yeah, you can leave immediately. Yeah, you can leave the class. Naveen Kumar. Pavan BR.
Present, ma'am.
Ravi Chandan.
Present, ma'am.
TK. Chetan Kumar.
Present, ma'am.
Navneet.
Present, ma'am.
Jit.
Present, ma'am.
Aditya.
Present, ma'am.
Ajit.
Present, ma'am.
Akshay.
Present, ma'am.
Vika. Arjun. Chandra.
Present, ma'am.
Balaji.
Present, ma'am.
Vika. Chirag.
Present, ma'am.
Chirag present. Chirag present.
Present, ma'am. Present.
Dhaneshar.
Dhanush Gowda, present, ma'am.
Dhanesh Gowda, you have not paid the fees.
Ma'am.
Yeah, then why did you attend the class? I'll put the names in the group, those who are not paid the fees. Is that okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Dhanushar,
Present, ma'am. Dhanush.
Gita,
Present, ma'am.
Hari Prasad,
Ma'am, Gururaj, present, ma'am.
Akshit.
Ma'am, Hari Prasad present, ma'am.
See,
Gururaj,
those
present,
students,
Ma'am,
look
Arjun
at the
present.
board. Well, wait, look at the board. Those who are not marked yellow, you are not supposed to enter the class. Because of your fees.
Ma'am, you are-
Kaushik,
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಸರ್ ಈಗ ಇವತ್ತು ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಯಾರಪ್ಪ?
ಗುರುರಾಜ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಆಯ್ತು, ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಸರಿ.
ಕೌಶಿಕ್. ಕೀರ್ತನ PS, ಕೀರ್ತನ L. ಕೀರ್ತನ PS.
Present, ma'am.
ಕಿರಣ್ ಕುಮಾರ್.
Present, ma'am.
ಕಿಶೋರ್ ಕುಮಾರ್.
Present, ma'am.
ಲಲಿತ್ ಮಹೋತ್.
Kirtana, present, ma'am.
Manoj M.
Present, ma'am.
Lalit, present, ma'am.
Manoj Nandan.
Present. Ma'am. Present, Lalit Mahto.
Wait for your turn. It's over means you have to wait still. Mansoor.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Nandesh.
ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
Gowda.
Present, ma'am.
Naina. Hero.
Present, ma'am.
Nivedita.
Present, ma'am.
Pooja,
Present, ma'am.
where were you, Pooja, yesterday? Prajwal,
Present, ma'am.
Nisha, not Nisha. Rabin Das, Sachin,
Present, ma'am.
Sindhu,
Present, ma'am.
Shravan Nayak, Shavani,
Present, ma'am.
Shirisha,
Present, ma'am.
Suchitra,
Present.
Suchitra.
Present, ma'am.
So many girls are there in the class. Can't you answer where it is asked in the question? Any question during the lecture? Huh?
Present, ma'am.
Shushmita,
Present, ma'am.
Tushar,
Present, ma'am.
Kumar KP, Varun Kumar KP, Yashashwini,
Present, ma'am.
Shekhar,
Present, ma'am.
Wahid, Mohsin Khan,
Present, ma'am.
Nisar,
Present, ma'am.
Muslim, Masjid,
Yes, ma'am.
Nityananda,
Present, ma'am.
Tasha,
Present, ma'am.
Santosh S,
Present, ma'am.
Shekhar, then, now tell me.
Lalit Mathur, ma'am.
Arjun present, ma'am.
You tell
Ma'am,
me what you learned today. Then I'll give you attendance. What was the discussion in the class? Tell me, Lalit.
Yes, present, ma'am.
What was the discussion? What we spoke in the class? Tell me.
Miss Nodji.
Huh?
Ma'am, network issue, ma'am.
Network issue. From which place you are?
Nepal.
Next. You can leave the meeting.
Ma'am, Arjun present, ma'am.
Arjun. Arjun, where were you when class was, your name was called?
Ma'am, some call came, ma'am.
What was the learning you made in the class today? What we learned? Yes. Arjun.
Kaushik.
Arjun. Tell me. You didn't listen to what we spoke in the class, what we discussed. What was the lecture all about, Arjun? You can leave the meeting, everybody.
Ma'am, Kaushik present, ma'am.
Kaushik, you tell me what we learned in the class, Kaushik.
Ma'am, we learnt about characteristics of mortar and various brick bonds.
Huh.
And yeah, and one more concept.
Kirtana is present, ma'am.
Yeah, let him finish. That's all, Kaushik.
Yes, ma'am.
And what we learned, Kirtan Nair?
Factors of motor and characteristics, ma'am.
And then you have to be very studious in the class. Not that while taking the attendance, you come and join and give the attendance. Everybody in the class. You can leave now. You can leave.
Ma'am, Arjun, ma'am, attendance not given.
Arjun, where were you? What was the discussion in the class?
That only characteristics of motor, that one topic I listened, ma'am.
Where were you all the time?
That only some work, ma'am.
Okay, leave.